Test 1, 2, 3. Let me read a couple of lines here. Of course, I better pull my mask down. That might help. The Air Force Academy Falcons. What's that? Hi, everybody. I have no idea what I'm doing.
What? Okay. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Okie dokie. The Air Force Academy Falcons will go for their second win of the 2021 campaign as they take on the McKendree University Bearcats in the Rare Air Challenge. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Orman as we welcome you to the Cadet Natatorium of the United States Air Force Academy, where the Falcons and the Bearcats will meet for the very first time. McKendree's overall record is 1-2. As we mentioned, the Air Force Academy officially is 1-0. They did have an exhibition victory yesterday, 20-10, as now from here on in, everything is going to count. Joining me at poolside, a gentleman who is a third classman here at the United States Air Force Academy from Battlefield, Utah, Mr. Luke Hughes. Luke, welcome, and welcome to the broadcast area.
It's great to be here with you today, Jeff. I'm excited to call the game with you and watch some great water polo. So,
all right, let's talk about the first two games. What did you see?
First two games were great. There were definitely some things we needed to work on. The 6-on-5 being one of them. The man-up situations, we should always score. We can work on that. The team unity looked good, though. We looked like we were really gelling with each other. How can you forget Grant Snyder, though, in those 9 goals?
Indeed. He is the leading scorer in this tournament. We're going to see the second leading scorer in this tournament with 5, and we'll introduce him here in just a minute. The Bearcats lost to Cal Lutheran 18-13. They lost to CMS by the score of 10-5, but they beat Utah 21-12. That's how they got their 1-2 record. And of course, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, the Falcons opened up this tournament with a 15-7 victory over Mudscripts yesterday. And that is how we shape up as we go into this second match. And of course, I am referring to Claremont Mudscripts. And as we mentioned before, as Luke mentioned before, a big day for Snyder as he had 9 goals. But let's also talk about the last line of defense. A very, very good game from Anthony Tolbert, who is 1-0 on the year, but he had 13 saves as we have it for him. That is his second career high.
Good for Anthony. They call him the Great Wall of Tony, so you can't stop him.
All right, here we go with the starting lineups. First of all, for the Bearcats of McKendree, Ori Scanlon will be in the goal. Josh Carlson wearing number 2, Euros Polemis, who is the second leading scorer in this tournament with 5 goals. Then it's Michael Rojas, Nico Rodriguez, Andrew Serrano, and Matthew Haygood. Candace Vorback is coaching for the Bearcats today. For the Air Force Academy Falcons, Anthony Tolbert gets the start in the pipes. Grant Snyder wearing number 2. Ian Christie wearing number 4, the cap number. Corey Tanis, one of the co-captains, is at number 5. Sam Fuller is at 8. Henry Yevitt will be at number 13. And Gavin Jones will be wearing number 17. Ryan Brown, 4th-year head coach of the Air Force Academy Falcons. His assistants, Alan Huckins and Rich McKee. Jeffrey Orman, Luke Hughes with you, and we are about to go live as the Falcons will, absolutely, as the Falcons will look for their 3rd win in this Rare Air tournament. And here we go with the opening sprint. And Grant Snyder, who we have probably mentioned to you before, was the leading sprinter in the country last year. And here we go with the 3rd game of the tournament. The Falcons will have one last match, and that'll be against Cal Lutheran. And Luke, I understand that could be the battle of the unbeatens. That could be a great one.
That could be. Cal Lutheran looked really good today. They look like a good, solid team. Their coach has some good energy, so we're looking forward to that one for sure.
Well, we just had the opening sprint. That could be. So once again, that'll give us an opportunity to run down the starting lineup for Air Force once again. Anthony Tolbert in the goal, 1A, Grant Snyder, Ian Christie, Corey Tanis, Sam Fuller, Henry Yevitt, and Gavin Jones for the Air Force Academy Falcons as they dish it off to the right side. And the first shot.
What a way to start. Sam Fuller with the cross cage goal. That's easy money. A great pass from Henry Yevitt to Sam Fuller.
And Sam Fuller gets the scoring parade started for the Air Force Academy Falcons.
Let's keep that up.
One of the things that I noticed, Luke, in the last 2 games, especially against Claremont Mudscripts, they really forced the Stags to use that 30-second clock, and they had to take some desperation shots.
They ran out on the clock a couple times, which, I mean, for a goalie, as I'm personally a goalie, there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that.
Ball is at the 5 spot, and you would know because you're the man between the pipes.
That's right. Looks like a turnover. Anthony Tolbert with the pass.
Here they go to Ian Christie. He's on the far side. They tried to center it.
Wide open.
There's the shot and a nice block by the goalie Scanlon.
Great block. Shot it right at him, but still hard ball to stop.
Bearcats moving from right to left as you look at them here at the natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. Josh Carlson now dealing it off to number 10. That's Nico Rodriguez. We'll keep an eye on number 6.
Go.
Another turnover.
Grant Snyder with the steal. Looks like a miscommunication on the Bearcats' part, and the Falcons will take that all day and twice on Sundays.
Absolutely they will. Here's a pass over to the number 1 spot. Little bit off the hands, but retrieved by Air Force.
Taking it back up top.
Grant Snyder well, I thought he had an idea.
He got the goalie too on that one.
And they're going to try and go down low. Nice backhander, but just missed.
Just barred out. Good play though, good play, good eye for the ball.
Going to have a substitution coming in already here for the Bearcats.
Well, as they say, Jeff, the air is rare here, so they need all the subs they can get with this elevation.
Boy, there's about an easy takeaway for Air Force. Here comes Ian Christie. He'll be coming up the right side, up into that 4-5 spot, and he wants to go to the number 1 spot. They fire another block by Scanlon.
Barred out by Henry Abbott. Let's see if they can get one back here.
Wines fires. There's a score. It's 2-0.
Sam Fuller, that's his second on the day already, and he's just warming up.
So Sam Fuller with 2 goals for Air Force. One thing that I noticed in that game against Mount San Antonio, which was an exhibition game, and that is why the Falcons are officially 1-0 instead of 2-0 going into this match. I thought, Luke, that the scoring was very, very balanced, and I think that's got to be a key factor. And we know who everybody's going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at number 2.
Grant Snyder, but you got to have, there's no I in team, and there's no Grant in team, but he's definitely one of our stars. But we have to rely on the other people as well to get those.
Tight defense being played. There was a nice slap from behind.
Ian Christie with a great steal.
Came from behind, knocked the ball out, and Anthony Tolbert will reload and will send the Falcons on their way.
Never saw him coming.
Christie backing up towards the center of the water. Goes off to the left side.
Sam Fuller with the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. He turns him around like a top.
Sam Fuller having a pretty productive day from that.
It's like a
1-2
exclusion.
side there.
Let's see if they can finish this 6-on-5. Exclusion on McKendree.
They did.
Easy money. Who is it? Who is it, Jeff? Sam Fuller, that's who it is. That's 3 for him. Hat trick for Sam Fuller. Found him in the perfect spot, the perfect time. They're up 3-0.
Sam Fuller 3, McKendree nothing here in the first quarter.
That's right. I guess there is a salmon team.
And I think right now is Grant Snyder reaching in and trying to get the steal. That's all right.
Down there. It's all good, though. Some tough competition. That's Air Force ball. Turnover.
This ought to be good. Snyder against Scanlon. Boom.
Boom.
Falcons off to a 4-0 lead.
Great start for the Air Force Falcons.
Grant, that's his 10th goal of the year.
Wow. They can't stop him. They can only hope to contain him.
That's well, the thing is,
they can't even contain him either.
I'm not sure they can. But we know the competition will get a little bit stiffer, but right now the Air Force, as you look at the defense, Luke, they really are going almost belly to belly right now with the Bearcats.
They're playing press defense. No man through. They try not to foul, and if they do, they drop back on the set. There's another steal.
Great defense.
It makes Anthony Tolbert's job a lot easier. Great pass by Anthony Tolbert.
Here's Grant Snyder off on that 5 spot. They'll try to center it. They may have a look here. And ball pops loose. Does Air Force have it? They sure do. And he bounces it off the top of the cage.
He tried it with the left hand. He's right-handed. He tried it with the left hand. It was almost there.
Gavin Jones trying to get on board. Falcons jumping off to a 4-0 lead here in the first quarter of play. Game number 3 of the Rare Air Challenge.
Let's see what McKendree can do on this possession. They need to get one in there.
Here is a skip shot.
Skip shot off the bar.
Air Force should have it. Yep, then they give it back to, this is Michael Rojas. Keeping our eye on number 6, and I think, unless he's left the pool, there's a skip shot. That didn't work.
That goal is loving Anthony Tolbert today.
Anthony Tolbert, as we mentioned, 1-0 on the year, 13 saves, as high as 14.
Oh.
Grant Snyder, I think they tried to pull him under the... What a move. What a move. I'll put you under the water. No, you won't, says Grant.
No, they won't.
Here's a shot, knocked away. A good effort by Scanlon, who unofficially I have for about 3 saves today.
He's quite the goalie. Got a long reach on him, so he gets those low shots to the corners.
Scanlon, 6'5", out of Orlando, Florida. And here is...
It's like an exclusion.
5-meter, yep.
On number 2, Grant Snyder. Man down for the Falcons. Let's see if they can get a stop.
They'll try to, from that one spot, dealing it out to the point. Air Force, of course, dropping back, and...
Great block by Anthony Tolbert.
Yep. Left hand got up there, and so that power play has been denied.
Some good defense by the Falcons, forcing that shot that he can block.
And here's another shot that goes wide right. And the Falcons should be back at full strength. Oh, going right past it was Jacob Yee.
If he looks in the middle.
Here is Ian Christie. Off to the 2 spot. Cranking it up, letting fly.
Sam Fuller, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
man.
That's 4 on the day for him. Number 8, Sam. Out of Santa Barbara, California.
Sam must be drawing inspiration from his teammate, Corey Snyder.
Grant Snyder.
Or Grant Snyder, excuse me.
Corey Snyder would be too good of a player. You get him in the set and in the outside shooting.
Yeah, if we had another Snyder, then we'd be in great shape.
Yeah.
That's been a long tournament.
Yeah, great work by the team, though. He was only open because the team was passing it around nicely.
Stanley Kramer now in the pool as they go to number 2, Josh Carlson.
Errant pass. That's easy money steal.
Well,
Looks like that steal was made by one of your favorites, Jimbo Doherty. Let's see if they can work it in.
Winding, firing, there we go.
Easy money by Ryan McLaughlin.
Air Force, number 14, Ryan McLaughlin.
They call that the Philly Special out of Philadelphia.
And the Falcons jump off to a 6-0 lead. This is their best start of the tournament. And we're in the first quarter with 1:43 left to go.
Oh, great
nice
field
block
by Jacob Yee.
Jacob Yee, a freshman.
He said no thank you to that.
So
Let's see if he can find someone in the middle.
He may have somebody in the middle. Jacob swimming up there. He may try to take it himself at his block.
Tough shot. Good block by the goalie, though.
Scanlon brings it up the pool for
McKendree making a counter. They pass to the middle.
knocked away by Tolbert, Anthony Tolbert. I think they were trying to get somebody in the middle, and Anthony got that hand in there and said, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
This might be the best that the Falcons have looked in this tournament right now.
Sam De La Cruz with a pass down to Jimbo Doherty. Let's see what they can do.
Still have 8 seconds, and they score off of that.
Another one by Ryan.
Ryan McLaughlin, his second goal. Back-to-back goals by Ryan McLaughlin. Makes it 7-0.
Love to see the freshman in there working hard, getting goals, and scoring on a very talented keeper.
Cole Copperrood will come in. Jacob Yee will come out for Air Force.
Let's see if McKendree can draw something up in this last 38 seconds of possession.
I think, Luke, what is impressing me, as I mentioned, I think the best start that the Falcons have had in this tournament so far. But we've talked so much about Grant Snyder, but Sam Fuller's been scoring. McLaughlin coming off the, he's got 2. So if you can get the balance scoring.
Great team effort for sure. The goalie has to be worried about everybody with the ball because they're all shooters.
5 of the 7 scores from last year's team return. There's a shot. That's not going to work. And, Luke, I like what you said a little bit earlier. The goal likes Mr. Tolbert today.
The goal likes it. We can call that goal Chick-fil-A because it seems like it's closed on Sunday.
Cole Copperroot coming up the pool, and he's going to let one fly. Skip shot that hits off the left side. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That's the end of the first period. As the Falcons off to a 7-0 lead over the McKendree University Bearcats. Back with the second quarter when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. Back once again at the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy, along with Luke Hughes. I'm Jeffrey Orman. Luke, 7-0, Air Force in front at the end of one. Tremendous opening quarter.
Tremendous. You cannot ask for a better opening quarter. Great team effort all around. The defense is stifling. They can't get past. There's been multiple field blocks. Anthony Tolbert has had a couple great blocks. Couldn't ask for more. I think Coach Brown is very pleased with his first quarter effort.
Got to be. And, of course, the Falcons won't get much of a rest in between games. We'll have the Falcon B squad, I think, will play in between, and then it'll be Cal Lutheran and the Air Force Academy in what might be a battle of the unbeatens. And right now, Air Force, yes, we got a lot of water polo to play.
Yeah, you never know. Crazier things have happened.
That is for sure. Jimbo Doherty in the pool. Cole Copperroot, who almost got cannonballed.
Jacob Yee in there. Looks like
Grant Snyder's also in there. Grant will go to the far end of the pool, and that will be the sprint spot.
Look at Tolbert working hard in there.
Anthony hasn't had any action, so he's beating on the water. Make sure we got some, get a little weight going here or something,
right? Gotta
make
sure he's fresh. Gotta make sure he's fresh for sure.
Anthony, of course, one of the co-captains on this team, along with Corey Tanis. I have to ask Luke, now last year the pandemic, well, we'll get to that in just a moment as we go for the second quarter sprint. Well, stop us if you've heard this one. Grant Snyder gets the...
He gets the sprint.
Gets the sprint.
Jimbo Doherty setting up in the 3 position.
I think that ball slipped out of his hands a little bit. Here's Ryan McLaughlin. Here's Cole Copperroot out on that 5 spot.
Let's see what they can do.
Go to the center. Back to Jimbo Doherty. 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
Grant Snyder draws an exclusion on number 7 of the Bearcats, and let's see what they can do on this. Looks like a 5-on-4 now. Interesting setup by the Bearcats.
Had a look. Cole moving to the right side. Nice field block. Nice field block.
Great field block by McKendree, number 6.
Euros Pelemis.
Out of Serbia.
Out of Serbia, yes.
Great
and
block.
he has 5 goals on the tournament. He is the leading scorer for the Bearcats. I guess we don't have to tell anybody who the leading scorer is in this tournament.
Yeah.
We'll give you a broad hint, though.
It's a great steal by Grant Snyder there, and he's taking it down the pool. Let's see what they can do on this.
Luke, he's playing a pretty good all-around game. I think he's playing a very strong all-around game.
Not too shabby. Drawn an exclusion right there as well.
That's the second time he's done that, I think.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Set up the 6-on-5, see what we can do.
Power play. Jimbo Doherty working that ball around.
Working it nicely. Working the goalie and the defender's legs. Pumping it. Oh, a no-looker by Jimbo Doherty.
One for the broadcast team.
He was looking right, shot left. Goalie never saw it coming.
Jimbo Doherty, and he scores one for Falcon Vision as the Falcons now lead at 8-0. Jimbo's first goal of the 2021 campaign.
And if you see, that setup was perfect. The defenders were drawing out to the people on the post, made the goal wide open from straight on. That's the only shot you can ask for.
Bearcats trying to get something going here. Matthew Haygood, he's out on that 2 spot. Going off to the number 5. They've tried to go inside. They'll try probably one from the number 5 spot. Falcons into now. There's the first shot and the first goal of the match.
And that's from their top scorer.
Euros Pelemis finally gets the Bearcats on the board. That's his 6th goal of the tournament. And we'll get some substitutions coming in now for
the Bearcats.
Jepson Bishop and Torrin Ferguson. Jepson Bishop is from Colorado, Brighton, Colorado, in the Denver area.
There you go. Homegrown.
Well, water polo, not exactly a big sport here in the state of Colorado.
Not quite.
Not yet.
Me being from Utah, it's the same thing.
Yep.
We won the state championship my junior year, and we won it out of about 4 teams. So it wasn't too hard to win, but let's see.
You know what, though? A state title's a state title.
That's right.
Good shot by, good attempt to hit the top of the cage.
Looks like a ball under, recovered by De La Cruz.
Sam will reload.
Sam had a couple of nice goals yesterday.
He sure
Worked
did.
hard in the set.
Let's see if they'll try to get down to Sam. There's a shot. That's off the hands. I think that might have been a partial off the hand of the goalie there, and that is Scanlon who knocks it away. It looks to me, Luke, like they are, Sam De La Cruz, speaking of which, it looks like they've got him moved into the center position. Would I be correct?
Yeah, he's playing center. We've been practicing that in practice, and he's been doing a great job with it. He's a really creative player, knows what to do in there. And there's a wide shot by number 10 on the Bearcats. Anthony Tolbert will take that all day.
Nico Rodriguez was the one that let fly. We talked about this yesterday. That center position could be a tough spot to fill with Campbell Harris graduating last year.
Definitely.
Thought the Falcons might have a look, but here's a takeaway by the Bearcats. So even though they're down 8-1, looks like that defense is intensifying a little bit. There's a shot and it goes wide left.
Another wide shot.
Home pull advantage as Michael Rojas goes wide left.
But yeah, with Campbell gone, he was a great player. It's hard to replace him, but we got some depth out there. So we got Corey Tanis, Sam De La Cruz. There's Grant going around the defender. I don't know how he does it.
And he'll take a shot without the cap. Nothing there. Fast break opportunity coming now for the Bearcats as they go to number 13, and he goes wide. Holy cow.
Anthony Tolbert is licking his chops right now. He's loving it.
Anthony says, okay, well, here, Cole, you take a look at it. Cole Copperroot now. Boy, I'll tell you, Sam De La Cruz, it looks like they've got their arms wrapped around De La Cruz down on that low spot. There's a shot.
Good shot by Ryan, just a bit up. But yeah, the center position is one I could never do. It's like a rugby match, a wrestling match, and then if you lose the battle, you drown. So
yeah, that'll. Nico Rodriguez bringing it up the left side.
it's like a timeout.
And I think we're going to have a timeout call, and we'll take one as well. 4:05 before the intermission. Falcons rolling 8-1 over the McKendree University Bearcats. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Jeffrey Orman along with Luke Hughes here at the United States Air Force Academy, the Cadet Natatorium. Luke, second quarter, and you just brought up the point during the break. The Bearcats have got to be ruining the fact that they've had the shots, they've gone wide right, and that's got to be frustrating.
That has to be frustrating. They're playing better on defense this quarter with only one Air Force goal, and so they need to take advantage of that. But with those one-on nobodies, you gotta put those in the net. You gotta put those in the net. Let's see what they can do on this 6-on-5 opportunity.
Almost got a steal there. Right now, patience being the virtue. Bearcats.
It's like there's some new faces in for the Falcons, too.
We'll pick those up as we go on. We'll pick up everything on the fly. Here is a shot down. I think they tried to tip that in, and it was not to be.
Great defense by the Falcons.
All right, so let's find out who's in the pool. There's Dylan Sinclair, who just got the ball. That's Ian Christie back in. Off to the left. And a shot in the corner.
There you go. Gavin Jones with a great shot. That's good to get him started.
Gavin Jones, who led the nation in field blocks last year, showing the offensive side. Left-hander, I believe.
He's right. He's a right-hander.
He's a right-hander, okay.
But sometimes you don't even know where it's coming from with him.
I sure didn't. We'll talk a little bit about something that we were dealing with in the first quarter.
With Ryan McLaughlin as a left-hander, it makes the goalie's job really tough when they come in because they got the whole goal open. As a goalie, you're trying to guard the inside. But with the lefties, they can shoot it anywhere.
Holy cow, a takeaway by Anthony Tolbert.
Looks like a 5-meter penalty, a foul maybe on Ian Christie. And let's see if Tolbert can keep his hot streak of blocks going.
Let's see who will take that penalty shot. That looks like it'll be number 9, Michael Rojas.
Oh, good shot. And he is very excited about that goal after missing a couple of one-on-nobody opportunities. He's happy to get it in the net.
So the penalty shot, Michael Rojas will score it.
That was a good shot.
Here is Ian Christie who gets the ball. Throws it down to the right side.
There's a man up. Oh. That looked like it should have been a 5.
Scanlon making the play.
Looks like Air Force is they're 6-on-4 now.
I was going to say, it looks like 2 exclusions, so Air Force, this might be a gift. However, Scanlon has been playing pretty good, and he threw it right into him. Ball is loose. Air Force is going to try and pressure.
Good defense by the Bearcats. They're happy to get that stop. Another thing that Air Force can just fine-tune and get all the problems out is their 6-on-5 game. Just put them away.
A lot of water polo to play. Here is Euros Palemis, who has a goal for the Bearcats. Working near the center part of the pool. Diffs it off to Kramer.
Look at that defense.
Yep.
Look at that defense.
Luke, how many times have we seen that in the tournament? They'll burn out that 30-second clock.
I'd say double digits at least.
Yeah, they have just been playing outstanding. Ian Christie bringing the ball up.
Let's see what Ian can do. He's a crafty player, and he lobs it over the goalie.
How about that? Sometimes it's not.
He does that to me every day in practice, and now he's doing it in games. That's what we like to see.
By my unofficial count, 6 different players have scored for Air Force in this match.
That's what we like to. That's what we like to see, Jeff.
And that's very unofficial. Dave Toller, you are the man. If Dave Toller says it is so, then it must be so. All right.
Let's see if McKendree can answer back after that great lob by Ian Christie.
Boy, that was pretty.
It's tough as a goalie with those lobs because,
Anthony Tolbert helps himself to that one.
Another penalty shot, though, and that's another one on Ian Christie. Tough call.
Well, the fans don't like it.
They do not.
And it looks like it is going to be Polemis. And it's knocked away by Tolbert. Back to Polemis. Ball loose, 50-50. Air Force has got it, Anthony Tolbert.
Great block by Anthony Tolbert. He's 2 for 3 on those 5 meters. They can't seem to get it by him.
Anthony Tolbert, his final season here at the Air Force Academy, and he's making it count, Luke. He really is.
He is.
Double team on the Falcons, ball loose.
It's like McKendree.
50-50 ball, they're still scrambling for it. A lot of white water. Who's got it? It's Air Force. Desperation skip shot.
Got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Absolutely.
Great block by Tolbert.
Sometimes you got to throw from the end zone. Here's a feed down low. Anthony Tolbert will come out, takes the ball. I know that Anthony would deflect all the credit to his teammates, but he's having himself an afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just as we were talking about, the defense is stifling. He's making the blocks he needs to. This is how Air Force needs to play. Let's see McKendree with an opportunity coming down the pool.
Here's Josh Carlson. Carlson winding. He'll fire. Guess who?
Anthony Tolbert, ladies and gentlemen.
Anthony Tolbert. As we mentioned, 13 saves in the first game. That's 1 off of his career high. And I think we're going to get...
Looks like a timeout called by Coach Brown. He's switching it up and gonna see what we can do to end the half.
And with 37 seconds left to play in the first half, we'll just go ahead and keep it here. As the Falcons, perhaps with their strongest showing of the tournament, i.e. year. Jeffrey Orman along with Luke Hughes.
Let's see what they can set up for these last 37 seconds, it looks like, to finish the half out strong.
All right, Luke, I'm going to have you play coach for a minute. What do you run here?
What I would do is I'd get the ball to Tolbert. I'd work it probably from somebody at the top of the play, and then I'd go down to where Ryan McLaughlin's at and then work it around from there.
So we'll see. One thing that we have not seen yet has been the 7-6, 7-on-6. Not sure we'll see that right away. Cole Copperrood holding the ball.
That's exactly what they wanted. Man up, and now they can finish out the game with a hopeful 6-on-5 goal.
I think Cole wants to take a shot. It hits off the left side of the pipe. There's a follow shot. Try to go down low.
Opportunity there for Air Force, just couldn't capitalize on it.
14 ticks of the clock before the intermission. Here come the Bearcats. This is Torrin Ferguson. Nico Rodriguez. They got 2 seconds, 1 second, and there's a general heave towards the platform dive, and it goes over the top of the cage, and that is it. The Falcons lead it at the half by the score of 10-2. We'll take a look at some of the halftime statistics when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Just about ready to start the second half here at the natatorium, here at the United States Air Force Academy. Along with Luke Hughes, I'm Jeffrey Orman. Let's recap the first half scoring. What a day for Sam Fuller. He's got 4 goals today. Ryan McLaughlin has got 2. Grant Snyder with 1. Jimbo Doherty with a goal. Ian Christie with a goal.
It's a great start, great team start for the Air Force Falcons with Sam Fuller starting off hot.
Absolutely.
And everybody else finishing behind him.
And Gavin Jones, I want to mention him as well. He's got a goal as well for the scoring. Anthony Tolbert with 4 saves, power play opportunities. Air Force is 3 for 8, and for McKendree, they are 1 for 4. Here we go with the second half sprint, and looks like it is going to be taken by Air Force. How about that?
There we go, a change of scenery. He's one of the fastest players on this team, though. Henry Abbott, he's a speed demon.
Henry Abbott had a chance to visit with his mother Jill yesterday. Always nice to meet the parents. That's
Always
one of
good to
the.
meet the parents for sure.
It is Parents Weekend here at the United States Air Force Academy. Moms and dads. That's got to be big for the players and for the cadet wing in general.
Especially for the freshman cadets. Oh, there's a great goal by number 18, Serrera, I think.
It is indeed.
It's a great turnaround goal. Good start for McKendree. If they're going to come back, they need to switch up their strategy, and it looks like they found something.
10-3 now in favor of the Falcons. Moving right to left as they'll try to counter right away. Ball is battled for, and turnover looks like it'll go to the Bearcats.
That was a tough possession for Grant Snyder. He holds onto the ball so well, but they won't call the foul if you're still holding onto the ball. Oh, looks like some wrestling going on down in the corner.
That'll be at that one spot. Well, the Bearcats, whatever was said at the intermission, seems to be, whatever adjustments they've been making at the intermission, they seem to be coming out fairly strong here in the opening minute. Got
Great
4
defense.
seconds.
Great defense by Sam Fuller on the McKendree center, Serrera. They were battling in there, and Sam got the upper hand.
Falcons on top by the score of 10-3 as they come up the pool.
See what Sam can do.
Does Sam have another one?
There's a field block. And it looks like McKendree has put in their backup goalkeeper, giving their starter a break.
That would be Jimmy Cronin, who is wearing the 1A cap. Well, here the early going of the third period, the Bearcats showing a little bit of life, but there's Anthony Tolbert who says, nope, that's not going to work.
He reads them like a book.
Well, that begs the question as a goal, because it happens so fast. Do some of the players who shoot, do they kind of tip when they're going to let the ball go?
Yeah, a lot of players have tells, and if you can learn to read those tells, that's what separates the good goalies from the great ones.
Henry Yevett. Ball on that one side, and a lob, and it's knocked away by the Bearcats. Follow shot, and a good save by Cronin.
Great save.
I'll tell you, the Bearcats here in the start of the second half,
They're fired up.
they are indeed. They are indeed.
And there's a 5-meter drawn on Grant Snyder, and the Bearcats will have an opportunity to get 4 on the board. That's the third 5-meter that's been called today.
Let's see who will be taking the shot. I think that's number 20, Matthew Haygood. He'll fire, and
shot.
Anthony had a look at it, but just couldn't keep it from going in the cage. It's now 10-4.
It's one of the toughest shots to block in water polo as a goalie, because you're on the line, you got to come out, try to be big. But
so they're going to have a change here. It looks like Shiloh Kramer out of Thornton, Colorado, another Colorado lad on the team.
there you go, the Colorado connection. They're used to the elevation.
McKendree University out of Lebanon, Illinois. That's around the St. Louis area. Falcons, I think, need to start making some racket here.
Another
Because right
steal
now,
by McKendree.
I'll tell you, McKendree,
McKendree's not giving up too fast.
no, they're not. They're down by 6 goals, but you wouldn't know it by the way they're playing here in the second half. They have really come out pretty strong. And there is a shot. They've cut it in half now, 10-5.
Let's see
Tony
what Air Force can do
Sunagawa.
to react to that. Doesn't seem like Coach Brown is too happy about this quarter so far, so let's see if Air Force can change that.
Corey Tanis, Cole Copperrood, Jumbo Doherty checking into the pool for Air Force. Grant Snyder also in there. Yeah, I think the momentum is definitely taking a little bit of a shift here, Luke.
Definitely.
Off to the 5 spot. Now they go to the 5 spot.
Air Force, I don't think, has even got one through this.
Shot to score.
Looks like that's a no count goal. The ref called something before it went in. McKendree storming down. Grant Snyder attacks.
This is off to the Bearcats. Cut this thing in half.
By Anthony Tolbert.
Yep, Anthony Tolbert deciding to say, hey, guys, we got to do something. I'm going to do my part, and he did just that.
Indeed, he did.
So now, let's see if the Falcons can get something going in the transition game. It has been McKendree here in the, well, you got the ball in the hands of the right guy there.
See what Sam Fuller can do, the hot hand.
And he's had the...
Corey Tanis draws an ejection. And looks like it's still Air Force ball.
So now the Falcons, who ended the first half of play 3 for 8 in the power play, have a chance to do something here. We played about 3 minutes and 45 seconds here in the third period. Falcons have yet to put one on the board here in the third.
Looks like 6-on-4 opportunity now for the Falcons. They need to capitalize.
Absolutely they do. Still a lot of time. There's a shot blocked by Cronin.
Field block. Another stop by McKendree.
Wow.
Their defense is stifling this quarter.
Can they capitalize on the field block now as the outlet pass going to number 4? This is Bishop. The Colorado boy is going to try something here, and he's defended quite closely. Goes up to the top.
So he's working it in, working the legs of Tolbert.
Rojas, and they score. And suddenly, folks.
And he is very happy about that goal. Very hyped. The score now stands at 10-6. What did we end the half at? Was it 10?
The half was
10-2?
yeah, 10-2 at the half. So
4-0 run for McKendree.
Exactly right.
Can stop this run and get something in there.
Got to break the drought here at the 3:28 mark here in the third. Air Force in possession. Might have a look.
There's a 5-meter penalty drawn by Grant Snyder. A great opportunity for Air Force to put one past.
And I'm guessing Grant Snyder will probably take the penalty shot.
That'd probably be a good choice.
Looking for his second goal of the match. He'll go up against Cronin. Snyder and Cronin on the penalty shot. Maybe we're waiting for a TV timeout. I'm not sure, but anyway.
It looks like the player who was excluded for the 5-meter looks like he actually went to the penalty box, which you don't need to do on those. Let's see if Grant can put this one past.
And he does.
There we go.
Goal on the 5-meter.
A much needed goal by Air Force. Let's see if that can swing the momentum back to them.
Still a pretty tight match, 11-6. Grant Snyder with his second goal of the game. One of the coaches for McKendree University having a chat with one of the officials. That's Candace Vorbeck. We understand the head coach is on maternity leave and did not make the trip.
There you go. They work it back to the goalie, wasting almost 15 seconds on the shot clock.
3:06 left to play in period number 3.
There we go. There's an ordinary foul, and Jimbo Doherty's taking it up the pool. Looking for Grant Snyder.
Nice lob in front.
And there we go. Grant Snyder with the goal. He's back, ladies and gentlemen, and so are the Air Force Falcons.
That's his third. There was a fan yelled, "Way to go, Corey," so obviously I won't live that one down. Hey, you got to take it. That's the beauty of this thing, you know what I mean? You got the fans right behind you, you know.
It's a great, great atmosphere.
It really is. It really is.
That's the best part about the indoor pools, 'cause most of the games are outside, but the indoor pools, you can get loud real quick.
Yes, you can. So the Falcons break the drought, courtesy of Grant Snyder.
It's like they're still playing some tough press D, and the Falcons, one of the Falcons get excluded. It looks like it's Cole.
It looks like Cole Copperroot, if I'm reading that cap correctly. There's a shot.
Anthony Tolbert says, "Thank you very much, come again."
Yeah.
And it's Falcon ball.
And they'll come up on the attack. Cole Copperroot back in the pool, and looks like he'll dribble it up the left side.
It's like Jacob Yee working it in.
Yep, Jacob Yee in the pool now. Thinks he's trying to draw a foul.
Looks like that's a 5-meter drawn by Jacob Yee. And that's 4 exclusions on number 4. He's out for the rest of the game.
That would be correct. He's fouled out. And that would be Jepson Bishop, the freshman out of Brighton, Colorado. So he'll watch the rest of the match from poolside.
Let's see if they can put this one through.
Matthew Haygood. And it's going to be Jacob Yee, who already has 1 goal on the year. Let's see if he can get a second. And it bounces off to the right side. And here is a 50-50 ball, a mad dash for it. And turnover is going to go to the Bearcats.
It was interesting, number 9 on the Bearcats told the goalie which way Jacob Yee was going to shoot and was correct in guessing.
Yep. Communication is so very important in these things,
Great
Luke.
steal by Ian Christie.
And here's Anthony Tolbert. He'll look over the pool.
Looks like a foul on Sam De La Cruz in ordinary. And the Bearcats will take it on offense. Looks like De La Cruz is hurting.
Well, there's a shot is knocked away by Anthony Tolbert. You mentioned that Sam may be
Looks a little bit out of it.
There's a shot in the corner. Nice delivery by number 10. That's Nico Rodriguez.
Great shot. That's a bar down. You can't shoot a better shot than that. Almost impossible for the goalie to reach those high corners.
Nico Rodriguez, a senior out of Bogota, Colombia in Central America.
Mr. Worldwide.
So let's see. It's going to be Yee in the pool. Looks like
Gavin Jones with the ball right now.
Gavin Jones with the ball. Ian Christie also in the water for the Falcons.
Henry Yavitt making some slash and dash.
Going off to the 5 spot, trying to go down low. Goalie coming out.
Should be a foul, but looks like the ref chose not to call it.
Cronin making a nice play, coming out from the pipes to make the play. That's Jimmy Cronin from Naperville, Illinois. Pass down to the right side. Jacob Yee on the defense, trying to center it. And Bearcats still maintain possession. 8 on the shot clock. 1 minute left to go in the period. Falcons by 5, and a turnover to the Falcons. And up the
defense.
Water they come. Up ahead on the right side. That'll be the number 5 spot. Try to center, and they think they had a. Think they were going to take a shot there. I think number 17, Gavin Jones, was going to get let fly. Bearcats in possession of the ball, only down by 5. Try to feed it down low, knocked away. Another great defensive play. Ian Christie making the play.
It's like the Air Force got a man-up opportunity. Let's see what they can do with it.
Here is Gavin Jones. Throws off to the right side. They may have a look. Getting very close to the goal. And a shot, it's off the top of the cage.
Sam De La Cruz inches away from a bar down goal.
I was waiting to see if it had broken the plane. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. This game's getting all of a sudden a little bit tight. Falcons had had a 8-0 run at one point. And that is it for the, or is it? Nope, they're not going to count it. At the end of 3, well, that was close.
What a shot. What a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a great one.
Even though it doesn't count on the scoreboard, we're definitely going to be talking about that one for sure.
Jump 7, favor of Air Force over McKendree University. You are watching Air Force Academy Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Wow. Getting ready to start the final 8 minutes of play here at the Cadet Natatorium at the United States Air Force Academy. Jeffrey Orman, Luke Hughes along with you. And the Bearcats, who kind of got beaten up in that first half. They were trailing 8-0 at one point. Suddenly, they've come within 5 goals of threatening the Falcons right now. 12-7, it's been their period.
It has. You can never let down regardless of what the score is because you never know what's going to happen. So great effort by the Bearcats, and hopefully the Falcons can pull it out.
One more game for the Falcons after this one. We will have the B squad. They'll take the pool at the conclusion of this match. And then the Falcons will wrap up the tournament against Cal Lutheran. Now the big question is, will it become the battle of the unbeatens? And if it is, that should be one heck of a match.
Should be a great match. I was watching Cal Lutheran earlier today, and they picked apart the team. I think it was Claremont Mud Scripts. They picked them apart. It was a great team effort, and nothing Mud Scripts could do about it.
All right, it looks like Anthony Tolbert. It's going to be Jacob Yee. Cole Copperroot is in the water.
Corey Tanis looks like.
I think Jimbo Doherty made an entrance. Maybe not. We'll double check.
Grant Snyder.
And Grant Snyder. And Ryan McLaughlin. Yep, we haven't heard from him since he had since the first half. Yep. Here we go. 4th and final quarter. Ball is in the water.
Oh.
And we'll probably get a tie-up. Up.
I don't know.
Gave it to Air Force. All right.
I don't know if they called the man up on that. Looks like they did, but they're not. Oh, there he is. He's going out now. So.
Okay.
Falcons with the man up opportunity. Let's see if they can finish it off.
And you got to take advantage of it. Snyder, left side to Cole Copperroot. Back to Snyder. Grant. They're starting to count it down. Jacob E. had an idea. Cole Copperroot, let's fly, and he scores.
Net, and he wedges it into the back of the net.
Goal for the Falcons, number 10, Cole Copperroot.
He's got a laser of a shot. The minute it left his hand, you knew that was going in. And great start for the quarter for Air Force.
And they're up by 6. Cole Copperroot playing his man tightly.
Pressing up on him.
Corey Tanis, I think, trying to work himself free or work down low against the man.
Like an exclusion on our favorite Jimbo Doherty.
Yeah, Jimbo, let's see if the Bearcats can take advantage of the power play on that one spot.
Looks like Gavin Jones will sub in for Jimbo as well after this. That's a bumble of a shot.
11 seconds left to go. There's a shot and a score.
Great shot by, looks like number 2 on the Bearcats. Went right through Anthony Tolbert's hands. It's hard to stop those ones when they're that fast.
Josh Carlson will get credit for that. Snyder, Yee, Copperroot in the pool. Jacob Yee bringing it up.
See what Ryan can do with it. Holy cow, a battle in the middle. And they call it on Copperroot after he was thrown under the water. Looked like he was drowning for a second there.
Bearcats will get possession of the ball. Here's a feed down low and a shot in the corner. And it's Josh Carlson, second consecutive goal.
And just like that, it's a four-point game.
This one's getting a little exciting, folks.
A little too close for comfort.
Yes, sir. First half Falcons, second half Bearcats so far. I think right now, look, if they can get a run, I'm talking of Air Force right now, if they can get some kind of a run, ball knocked away by Cronin.
Looked like a high skip from Grant Snyder. That's Bearcat ball again. Trying to make it a 3-goal lead.
Starting to get good, folks. If you're an Air Force Academy Falcon fan right now, it might be
not quite as good.
Those nails might start getting a workout.
That's right.
Tony Sunagaba, who has a goal, want to get it off to the one spot.
Another exclusion on Air Force on Gavin Jones.
Gavin Jones will.
Looks like a McKendree timeout. They're going to try to set up that 6-on-5 and put one past the Falcons.
And we'll take one as well. 5:57 left to play in regulation. 13-9, Air Force over McKendree University. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. .557 left to play in regulation. Jeffrey Orman along with Luke Hughes here at the Cadet Natatorium at the United States Air Force Academy. Bearcats with the ball, only down by 4.
Let's see what they can draw, what the coach drew up on the clipboard, and if they can put one past Anthony Tolbert.
And he's had a strong game, and they do.
They do, just like that, a 3-point game. Oh.
Okay.
Looks like it looked like they had called no goal, but I guess they counted it. It looked like the player was inside the 2-meter zone, but the ref didn't catch it, and they didn't want to call it back.
Bearcats have outscored the Falcons in this half 8-3.
Tough physical game in there too. The Bearcats are a tough team, and that's a 5-meter.
Should get a penalty shot here.
They'll make all day. Looks like Grant Snyder will be taking the 5-meter penalty. This is a big one.
Yes, it is.
5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the game. This is a must score for Grant Snyder.
And he makes it count.
He makes it. Mr. Reliability, he doesn't miss those shots.
And for Mr. Snyder, that should be his 4th of the match.
There's been a lot of 5 meters today, Jeff.
Yes, there have.
Almost like 6 or 7.
Well, you got to make everything count right now. A lot of time left on the clock. And McKendree, really an outstanding second half. They try to go down low.
Some great defense by Gavin Jones, and Jacob E. comes up with the ball.
Time to tighten it up on the other side as well. Falcons defense really being challenged here.
Gavin
Here is
Jones wide open.
Jacob Yee, high pass, trying to go down low. Bearcats have it.
Looked like they had a cherry picker down there, but Grant picked up on it. Solved the problem. Let's see what they can do on this offensive drive.
Here's Josh Carlson going off now to number 10. That's Nico Rodriguez. Carlson at the 5, want to go to the center post. Rodriguez again. 3 on the shot clock. They fire. Nothing there. Get the ball back.
There's Gavin Jones streamlining for the goal. He's got Jacob Yee on his weak side, and looks like they're going to leave him. This
got a 2-on-1. Will Gavin take the shot? He waves it, he fires, he scores.
Right over him. Good
That's a big play.
That's a very big play. Some great pool awareness. Looks like Sam De La Cruz subbing in for Corey Tanis. Let's see if the Falcons can continue to keep running the goals up on this one.
A nice run would help.
Definitely.
A nice run would help, and so would that play, but I think they're going to call a foul, so it'll be Jacob E. trying to make a play there. I don't think anybody's going to fault him for that. Trying to go down low. Here's where the Falcons got to get
There's
nasty.
a block by Anthony Colbert.
And I mean, that was almost a layout block, Luke. It looked like he just put the whole body and said, you know what, nothing's happening here. I mean,
He's had enough of it.
Yes, he has.
They've had their fun, and now it's time for Tony.
I think he just, thou shalt not score.
That is right. That is right.
Going down low.
Jacob Yee.
Punched away by the Bearcats. They're not ready to call it a game yet. And we have
It would just look like the shot clock had gone off. Looks like it's Falcons ball after a ordinary foul on the counterattack for the Bearcats.
Candace,
See what they can do.
Candace Vorbeck was wondering what was going on down there. And there's a shot to score.
Looks like Sam De La Cruz.
For the Falcons, number 6, Sam De La Cruz.
Good shot by Sam. And the Falcons are settling in now after a couple of hiccups the third quarter and halfway through the fourth. They're doing just fine now.
Sam De La Cruz.
Quite the call on that. Sam Fuller had both his hands up. Another 5-meter. Another penalty shot. I think that's their 4th or 5th. And remember, the last time he shot it,
Penalty shots for McKendree. 5th, I believe.
another one for Anthony Tolbert.
That's the second one he's blocked today, Luke. That's the second one he's denied.
The same shooter as well. He's got real estate in his head.
Bearcats trying to make amends, but the
Good steal by Grant Snyder.
Grant Snyder, I think he wanted to start a break going here, but here come the Falcons.
Right side, Henry Yavitt. Grant goes right to him.
Yevon out on that 5 spot. Cross. There's an attempt and a shot to score.
The goalie.
Jacob, I
Can't
think.
beat that.
Well, they're scoring when they need to.
They are. I think they were just trying to keep it exciting for a little bit.
Well, they certainly succeeded in that.
Keep the fans on their toes.
Make me age a little bit more.
Great block by Anthony Tolbert, though, to set that all up.
That's a big, big play by Jacob Yee, and as you mentioned, Anthony Tolbert setting it up.
You're lucky if you block 1 5-meter in a game, but 2 is pretty incredible.
Dylan Sinclair now checking into the pool. Snyder will come out. Gavin Jones will come out.
Let's see if the Bearcats can bring anything back.
Well, they probably have some gas in the tank, but time may not be on their side. At 2:25 left to go. And the way Anthony Tolbert's been playing, we've seen some good defensive efforts, and the Falcons made it interesting.
That's a ball under. Great work by Sam De La Cruz. Anthony Tolbert looking for the next pass for offense.
Off to the 5 spot. Falcons winding fire. Nice block by Cronin.
And that's an exclusion. Looks like it's drawn by number 7, Dylan Sinclair.
So the Falcons, they could be getting ready to pass it off to the 5.
They're working it around, running the play, wasting some time. And
Might have gotten a field block on that. And I'm saying that because I saw a big smile coming out from Josh Carlson.
Yeah, quite the grin on his face after that. Looks like he's lost the ball, though.
He doesn't know where the ball is. Yee says, wait a minute.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah. Sam Fuller says, here, I'll just pass it back to Anthony, and Anthony, you do something with it.
Tough break for McKendree after a great field block.
Yeah. Carlson never saw it. Ball at the 5 spot, trying to center. Takeaway now by the Bearcats.
Let's see if they're pressing up. And he's trying to, that's a ball under. Falcons looking just to run the clock out now, maybe scoring 1 more. And then preparing for the battle that's going to come with Cal Lutheran, the undefeated Cal Lutheran.
The Kingsmen and the Falcons. This ought to be a good match. I mean, we're going to have the battle of the unbeatens, folks. Ball slips away. They try to get it to the 1 spot. 50-50 ball. Falcons don't have to do too terribly much. Just burn out the clock. But there will be a turnover.
38 seconds left, and McKendree will make 1 final push. And then it should be the end of the game.
So the Rare Air Challenge will be decided by Cal Lutheran and the Air Force Academy Falcons. Falcons will go 2-0 officially on the campaign, on the 2021 season. Can't wait to see that match. That ought to be pretty decent. 14 seconds left to go.
Oh, a great helicopter shot from number 9.
Michael Rojas.
Better save from Anthony Tolbert. And looks like that will be the game as Anthony Tolbert swims it out.
And that's it. As the Air Force Academy Falcons win the match today.
Air Force 17.
17-10 as the Air Force Academy Falcons go 2-0 on the season, officially. 3-0 in the tournament.
Great start for the Falcons. The 3rd quarter got a little bit chippy there, but they were able to pull through, which is one of the traits of the good teams.
Well, while we have a moment before we go to our post game, let's thank our Falcon Vision crew who made all of this possible. Today's game was directed by Tim Serratore, our technical crew, Kurt Boddicker, Brian German. On camera, Jason Carter, our replay engineer. And of course, a very special thanks to our sports information director for water polo here at the United States Air Force Academy, Dave Toller. So for Luke Hughes, I'm Jeffrey Orman. The post game coming up next. Air Force wins it 17-10. You're watching Air Force water polo on Falcon Vision.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
So the Falcons go 3-0 on the Rare Air Challenge as they defeat the Bearcats of McKendree University in a hard-fought game by the score of 17-10. Ryan Brown now joins us here as our post-game begins. And, Coach, a little close for comfort, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, we controlled the first half. They came out with more energy in the second half than we did. It kind of took us a while to match their energy and stop the momentum they had. So, unfortunately, we didn't come out with the same energy they did in the third period. And that's more mental, and we got to get that fixed.
Was it something? All right, you just answered my question. I was going to say, did they make any adjustments that maybe caused them to maybe have the momentum in the second half? But as you said, it probably was just a mental adjustment for the Falcons.
It was.
Talk about Sam Fuller. Had a big day today. We've talked so much about Snyder, but Sam Fuller, 4 goals today.
Yeah, he's playing great. I mean, he's one of our offensive weapons. He does a lot of things for us. He also can play both sides of the pool, so that really helps us to be able to move him around and keep him in the game when we're bringing other guys in, getting other guys times in other spots. So he's a vital part of this team, and he brings some of the defensive pressure and prowess we need strength-wise on the defensive end too. So
Anthony Tolbert is now 2-0 on the year. He had 9 saves in the game. He's had a pretty solid tournament for you, Coach.
Yeah, so far so good. He's played a couple great games, a couple against some good opponents, and we're evaluating all the time, and he's doing really well. Played well for us.
What are some of maybe the unseen things that maybe we and the fans aren't seeing that are starting to happen for the Falcons that you're liking? Maybe stuff that doesn't show up on the score sheet.
Yeah, I mean our defensive to offensive counterattack. And it's really the momentum you get in those first few transition strokes. We're doing a good job as a team, as all of us, causing the other team to switch, make switches. Gavin Jones is one of the biggest proponents of that. He guards 2 meters for us most of the time, and he's probably the guy that counters the hardest every single possession. Does a lot of good things for us, doesn't always get rewarded at the end. He had a few shots in the first half, but after that they start coming to cover him, opens up other people. Those are the things that don't go in the stat book, things like that.
And the Rare Air Challenge being decided between you and Cal Lutheran. Quick scouting report on the Kingsmen.
They're a great team. They're really solid. I think he's got 7 starting seniors. So he's an older team, which is great. Those guys have been playing together. They're getting after it. They're ready to play. They're good. All is good stuff, and they're doing a great job as a team, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
All right, enjoy the victory, and we'll see you in about an hour and a half. So
yes,
enjoy. Yes, sir, it will be. Thank you very much. Ryan Brown, the head coach of the Air Force Academy water polo team, as a heavyweight fight will be between Cal Lutheran and the Falcons, both trying for an undefeated record here in the Rare Air Challenge. I'm Jeffrey Orman. For our entire cast and crew, we bid you a very pleasant good afternoon from the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes,